Scotty V podcast, turn it up loud. Every nerdy deep dive feels like one more round, one more tier list, one more wild, what if twist. Press record, hit that play. We could talk like this all day. Scotty V podcast, superhero talk. Hit play once now, you can't log off. Hey, from the MCU to the DCU stars, we're saving hot takes, not just worlds from afar. Scotty V podcast, turn it up loud. Every nerdy deep dive feels like a crowd. Scotty V podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the Scotty V podcast and the road to Avengers Doomsday. We're going to be watching and talking about Spider-Man 2. I'm going to play the trailer so you guys have an idea what's going on, and then we'll go on to the review. So let's watch the trailer together.
I believe there's a hero in all of us. Gives us strength, makes us noble.
That May always has the best
Even though
speeches.
sometimes we have to give up the thing we want the most.
Barker! Where you been? Looking for you all morning.
You're late.
Always late. You're fired.
Look at you, Peter. Your grades are declining. You always appear exhausted.
I know I'm trying.
So where you been, pal? You don't return my calls.
I've been kind of busy.
Taking pictures of your friend. Spider-Man killed my father.
No matter what I do,
Do you love me or not?
no matter how hard I try,
I want Spider-Man dead.
I really
it's the
enjoy
ones I
Spider-Man
love
2
who
a
will
lot.
always be the ones who pay.
I can't keep thinking about you. I'm getting married.
I want a life of my own. I'm Spider-Man. No more.
You look different.
I let things get in the way before. There was something I thought I had to do. I don't have to.
I like seeing you tonight, Peter.
Now on to the main event.
Octavius is gonna put Oscorp on the map in a way my father never even dreamed of.
Crazy scientist turns himself into some kind of a monster. 4 mechanical arms welded right onto his body.
Who takes Spider-Man's pictures? Where is he?
Sick to be off your loyalty to Spider-Man and not your best friend. From Spider-Man to me.
How do I find him?
Peter Parker.
Find Spider-Man, or I'll peel the flesh off her bones.
There are bigger things happening here than me and you.
This trailer is so good.
Let's see who's behind the mask.
This is so cool. When I was only 10 years old when this came out, and when they were like, we all know Peter Parker, Spider-Man, but we just wanted to see his reaction, Harry Osborn's reaction to when he actually revealed the mask. So that was pretty funny. Anyway, so now you have an idea what we're going to be talking about. So we're going to get on with the review, and yeah, enjoy. Talk about it. This is probably one of my favorite Spider-Man movies just because it's so great. We got the introduction of Doc Ock. We got the whole Spider-Man No More storyline. And we get the whole best friends of Peter Parker and Harry Osborn being all shattered. So a lot to talk about in this film. So let's start off with the beginning of the film where he's doing the typical narration. Oh, I'm Peter Parker, this and that. But he's so in love with Mary Jane, and he realized he screwed up and he should have been with Mary Jane Watson. But he's said no. So now Mary Jane is dating another guy, which we find out is J. Jonah Jameson's son, which is an astronaut, which is pretty funny. And because he's trying to he's trying to get her back, but he can't. So with that, he becomes powerless. So he has his web lock, And when he's doing his web lock, he realizes, you know what? The world doesn't need Spider-Man anymore, and I don't want to be Spider-Man. So that was a pretty cool storyline. Also, in the beginning of the film, he saves kids, and he's doing the pizza delivery, and someone almost stole the pizza, which is pretty funny as well. So yeah. So then we get the introduction of Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus. I think he's one of the best well-written villains in the Spider-Man Tobey Maguire franchise. Just because he wants to get the fusion reaction and make power for the world. So it's like the power of the sun in the palm of his hand, basically. So he does his experiments. The experiments go wrong, and then he has a little microchip in the back of his head or back of his tentacles that prevent the AI of the tentacles to take over for him. And AI was really well advanced for a 2004 film, right? If you get what I'm saying. So with that said and done, he goes to the hospital. He kills all the doctors in the hospital, which was like, holy crap, that was like a horror scene moment right there. I was like 10 years old. I was like, holy crap. Like, I was scared. Like, you see the tentacles just get the killing each other, like killing all the doctors and getting the chainsaw, which was like mind blowing for the effects that they had in 2004. And it was all puppeteers too. So now Alfred Molina did No Way Home, and it was kind of no puppeteers, nothing like that. But anyways, another one of my favorite parts of this film was the bank scene where Aunt May is gonna lose her house and she needs to take another loan. The bank obviously declines the loan, and Peter Parker is kind of there like, what am I gonna do? Doc Ock comes, robs the bank. A whole sequence with Spider-Man and Doc Ock fighting, which was awesome. Later on, like I said in the beginning of the video, he loses his powers. He decides to give up being Spider-Man, and that has a cause and effect. So basically, he gave up being Spider-Man. And kind of funny thing, he went to a doctor saying, you know, I had a dream I was Spider-Man. What if this and this? You don't go to the doctor and say, I had a dream I was Spider-Man. But you are Spider-Man. Anyways, he gives up the whole superhero thing, puts his suit in the garbage. Doc Ock is just building his stuff, and J. Jonah Jameson's like, yes, I got him. Spider-Man is no more. So then Peter Parker, Mary Jane end up meeting together, and she's like, you know what, I love you. Do you love me? So they're in like some diner or whatever, and then a car comes like whoo through the door. I know I'm skipping a whole bunch of stuff, but I can only do so much in so little time. You know what I mean? So they're at the diner after Peter Parker gets his powers back. He performs some weird stunt that he jumps out of the chair, is spinning while he's holding Mary Jane, and the car just going right through. Doc Ock is like, you know what, Peter, get me Spider-Man or she dies. So Spider-Man goes back to Daily Bugle, get his suit, and there's the whole train sequence, which was phenomenal. Like, I don't know how they pulled that off, but they pulled it off. Obviously, Spider-Man ended up saving the day, and Doc Ock brought him back to Harry Osborn, because Harry and Dr. Octopus actually made a deal saying, hey, you give me Spider-Man, I'll give you all the tritium you need. So the deal was done. And then after Spider-Man and Doc Ock ended up fighting each other at the end, before the fight, Harry actually unmasked Spider-Man, and he gets all delusional. He's like, I can't believe you killed my father. And Peter's just like, there are bigger things happening here than me and you. Where is she? I'm like, bro, that was such a savage moment. You didn't answer your best friend. Like, just say I didn't kill him. He killed himself. But he's like, there's bigger things happening here than me and you. And obviously, that's going to have an effect for Spider-Man 3 when that movie comes out. So they end up having a big fight at the river. Doc Ock finally knows who Spider-Man is, and he's like, you know what, I'm not going to die a monster. I was once a good person. And he destroys the fusion reacting and killing him and drowning it into the ocean or the river. The ocean, because it's in New York. So that's it. Spider-Man saves the day again, or in this case, Doc Ock saves the day. Peter says to Mary Jane, no, I can't be with you. You know, Spider-Man will always have enemies, and as long as I'm Spider-Man, they're going to come after the people I love, which he's not wrong. So with that said and done, they go back to the apartment. Mary Jane's going to get married, but Mary Jane decides to ditch the wedding and go with Peter. Confess to Peter that he loves Peter, or she loves Peter, and then they have their all lovey moment, and then at the end of the movie, Spider-Man swings, which was, I love that end sequence. But yeah, anyways, this was one of my favorite Spider-Man movies because it had everything. It had love, betrayal, it had fights and action, the ability, what would you do if you were Spider-Man and decided to give up that power? So yeah, let me know what you think. I really like this film. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Thank you so much for everybody who stick to the end to watch my Spider-Man 2 review. Make sure you follow, share, and subscribe make this video blow up. Next week we're going to be talking about Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3, the final one in this whole Spider-Man rewatch and Road to Avengers Doomsday. I might have more videos planned for Road to Doomsday, but it all depends on my schedule. But thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.
Podcast, turn it up loud, every nerdy